We are but a mere couple of days away from the release of season 15 of the rebooted Doctor Who, which is very likely to be the final season because honestly, like BBC has come out and said, oh no, everything's fine, but can you confirm that there's no regeneration at the end? Well, kind of. You got Russell T Davies working on another show at a different network, and then you also have, the internal scuttle about Ncuti Gatwa wanting to go ahead and relocate to Los Angeles. You got the revolving companion door, and all things point to this being the end of it, not to even mention the atrocious ratings that are both behind this series and ahead of it as well for the couple of episodes that are yet to be released. And it's going to be bad because, okay, as ideologically driven as season 14 was, it's only going to get worse from here, okay? Because at least you had some people that have shown flashes of brilliance and have written some really quality stuff in the form of Stephen Moffat coming back. It's just this time around, you got an all gay and a trans and, just a bunch of freaks that are in the writing room this time around. And your most notable episode is just a ripoff of Eurovision. Like, what are we doing, man? How is that going to drive any sort of interest into this outside of just a simple morbid curiosity? But yeah, even the shill websites, right? Like, we got Screen Rant pulled up here, and even they're having to just reckon with reality that, well, if Ncuti Gatwa leaves after season 15, I hope Doctor Who pulls a daring regeneration stunt that's never been done before. Yeah, like the TARDIS going up in flames and being like, the Doctor might return, I don't know, in like a decade or so. We'll check in with you later. That would be really daring. That would be fun. That would get people talking. But Doctor Who's next season is just around the corner, and for the first time in a long time, the future of the show is somewhat of a mystery. Not really. I mean, people were wondering, okay, when, the first and last, the female Doctor who really, really set this franchise on its downward trajectory, you could point to the latter half of Peter Capaldi's stint as the Doctor when the writing started to go, but at least it's like, we got a reliable performer in the role, and, he can really carry some bad material, but as soon as I got an upgrade, ended up picking up the sonic screwdriver, it was like, it's a wrap, okay? And it's just, this is the natural conclusion, okay? This is a bed of your own making. You have to lie in it, and I get smothered in it. Well, Doctor Who will almost certainly continue in its current form. Really? Okay, that's insane, okay? You think that it's going to continue when it's not even doing 2 million, or rather it is doing 2 million overnights, and then in its 7 days, barely breaking 3 of season 14. What is it? 6 of the top 10 and 4 of the top 5 worst performing episodes came from that season. Like, why would you think it would continue in its current form? There has been no confirmation for a 16th season. Yep, it caused many fans to speculate that Ncuti Gatwa will be leaving the show after his second outing as the Doctor, marking the shortest tenure since Christopher Eccleston. Well, it's supposed to be Eccleston, not Ecclestone, you hacks, in 2005. Although reports of Doctor Who's cancellations have been debunked. Have they really? Okay, because we've been over that a time or two, but we know Screen Rant, not exactly the most reliable reporting, but hey, they can really tell you that Rachel Zegler just passed a milestone in her career. The secrecy is quite unusual for the long-running sci-fi show. Well, yeah, the medium is the message in this case. If they're not telling you that there is a future, guess what? There's no future. It's no secret that Gatwa's first season received fairly mixed reviews. That's the nicest way that you can put it. Hell, even on the far too amenable Screen Rant's own personal rankings, like at 6.7, you don't see anything that low, full stop. So yeah, mixed ratings following its release in 2024. The show's viewing numbers were still very impressive. What? Found to a newfound international audience. Like I said before, 4 of the top 5 lowest rated shows, okay? And Disney, yeah, it wasn't charting on any of the rankings on Disney Plus. So stop it. And a newfound international audience. Now, I was around for the 50th anniversary when Doctor Who was absolutely cooking. This time around, nobody's talking about this. Hell, barely anybody's talked about this franchise since Matt Smith left. Softly rebooting, yes, the show for those who haven't been watching it for the past 2 decades. Newfound international audience, having to soft boot it for the people that haven't watched in the past 2 decades. Okay, even though its highest and most popular point was, yeah, that 50th anniversary, which they just celebrated their 60th anniversary, so they haven't watched in the past. Screen Rant, you need to get on point here, okay? What are we doing? It would certainly be a shame if Gatwa wasn't given the typical 3 seasons that most Doctor Who actors. Yeah, no, it would be really terrible because however could we get by without, gay Doctor just gaying it up around the place and crying every time that he, I don't know, misbuttons his jacket. Oh no, just however could we go ahead and survive that? But it perfectly sets the stage for a massive surprise at the end of season 15. Okay, if the Doctor is leaving, yes, after season 15, Doctor Who shouldn't announce his replacement in advance. So yeah, exactly, a surprise regeneration into absolutely nothing. But honestly, where do you go from here? Because there was a reason that the BBC picked Jodie Whittaker to be the first female Doctor. There's a reason that they picked Ncuti Gatwa to be the first gay black Doctor. Where do you go from that? Because you had the first female Doctor, then you had 2 check boxes in Ncuti Gatwa. Where do you go from there? Okay, and everybody has a certain little pet phrases for what they want to say, some of which I can go ahead and get away with on YouTube, and others would be a violation of terms of service, but I think you know where we're going on that one. But then again, okay, she's not, or rather, he's not. I'm sure he really doesn't care whatever you call him. Just don't call him late for supper, as long as supper is shaped like something cylindrical and fleshy. But season 14 was the maiden voyage for the gay black Doctor. Season 15 is the maiden voyage for the all-diverse TARDIS. And to hear from the companion, who is going to be the more manly of the two, Varada Sethu embraces the term Dr. Woke and claims that they're doing the right, that means they're doing the right thing. Yeah, by just droving off whoever's remaining and only leaving the people that are going to review this train wreck to see how bad things have ultimately gotten. It's like, it's a bold strategy, Cotton. The new season of Doctor Who starring Ncuti Gatwa and Varada Sethu is coming out this month. It's so funny, right? Like, I remember waiting for the release date for season 15. Like, they took their sweet ass time, and when they said it was April, see, I've already forgot it. Okay, this is how unremarkable. Like, if I wasn't just talking about this, if I wasn't just shit talking this show, I would, honest to God, not even know it existed. Okay, chances are you would be in the same boat as well. Like, even diehard fans of Doctor Who, they've checked out at this point in time. It's like with Marvel. Okay, oh cool, we're just going to go ahead and key jangle. Sure, people will show up for Doomsday, but are they going to for, Secret Wars, when it's like, yeah, okay, we kind of got our fill of member berries, that's fine, and the rest of the stuff that you're building up to after this, is like, we don't really care, because we see what you appreciate and what you value when it comes to storytelling, and it's like, we don't like that anymore. This is the same thing. It's just concentrated for Doctor Who, because it's so much worse than you even know if you don't already. Doctor Who has been in dismal shape ever since Russell T Davies took over as showrunner, injecting heavy amounts of identity politics into the program. Are you talking about the reboot in 2005, or are you talking about it right now? Well, it's actually gotten considerably worse. It was bad with stupid Chris Chibnall in charge, but yeah, it's gotten even worse with the return of RTD. The internet went ballistic with rumors that Doctor Who was getting cancelled after its second Disney funded season, citing low ratings and backlash, causing actor Ncuti Gatwa to want to move on to other projects. Rumor comes as no surprise, as the new Doctor in Ncuti Gatwa, the Christmas special that followed these, The Church on Ruby Road, saw a dismal 4.7 million for its ratings. At that time, the lowest viewed Christmas special in Doctor Who history. But oh wait, there's more. The lowest came at episode 7 of the 8-episode season, A Legend of Ruby Sunday. Yes, the penultimate episode, meant to set up for the finale, drew the lowest rating in series history. 2.05 million overnight ratings. The finale saw a small uptick, yes, but the trend is clear. Yeah, but you can also talk about the ratings for the finale, where even people that were in favor of the series thought that it was a step down in terms of writing. The latest Christmas special, yeah, is reported to have the lowest overnight ratings for a Christmas special yet again, 4.11 million viewers. This year, the BBC bizarrely began advertising the season with the revelation of transgender writer Juno Dawson coming to the project. Yes, most famous for writing grooming books like This Book Is Gay, as well as Doctor Who podcast fan fiction, where it's described as completely gay and trans in its content. Yeah, exactly. And Russell T Davies went, you know what? You are the right person to come aboard the TARDIS. And BBC was like, yeah, you know what, bet, because we're just going to go ahead and hire 3 more openly LGBT degenerates, members, and we'll just fully staff this writer's room with a bunch of people trying to figure out what side of the chair is supposed to be facing upwards. But hey, BBC is looking to cut corners and trim a little bit of the fat to this budget, and I guess they can really save money on, furniture for the writer's room by just having one chair. If you're going to have 3 writers and RTD there, you just simply need a flat-bottomed stool. One of the hallmarks of the new season will be the replacement of Millie Gibson, yes, with a new minority companion, in yet another double down of diversity. Remember how they were saying, no, that's not the case? And Millie Gibson, she's not going anywhere. Indian actress Varada Sethu is stepping into the companion role. And honestly, it's like, she's not an ugly lady at all whatsoever. It's like, we know exactly why you're doing this. Okay, we know. Yes, but it's so bad, I think even she knows it. So Sethu told the Radio Times when asked about the show being too woke, there's been a couple of Dr. Woke references or whatever, but I think we're doing the right thing if we're getting comments like that. She continued, woke just means inclusive, progressive, and that you care about people. And as far as I know, the core of Doctor Who is kindness, love, and doing the right thing. Well, now I did a little bit of reading ahead, but so far, it's like her statements, like, it's not bad. Like, she's not attacking the fans or anything like that. And, she's kind of embracing what she thinks is integral to the story and integral to the character, which I vehemently disagree with. And especially her definition of woke. It's like, I think it's silly, but, it's neither here nor there. If you go ahead and separate the art from the artist, it's like, whatever, man. But from here, Ncuti was like, look at us. We got to be in the TARDIS. We're going to piss off so many people. She laughed, showing how the goal of these people is indeed to just upset fans rather than provide entertainment people will enjoy. Yeah, see that right there? All the goodwill that you ingratiated to yourself beforehand, it immediately gets thrown out because you're just laughing along with the destruction of a legendary franchise. Where have we seen this before? All right, everywhere we have seen this before. But she told the Radio Times she would be interested in returning for another season, but with no Christmas special on the horizon this year. And the BBC saying that they're waiting to see if ratings will be waiting for the ratings before re-upping the show. Fans are embracing for the end of Doctor Who, and you know what? It's probably a few years too late. The damage has already been done, and the only thing that you guys can do is just simply smile and wave to all of your other woke audience members and just thank them for tuning in, because at least they're kind and inclusive. Hopefully they are too, when they can go ahead and put you up for a while because you're going to be out of fucking work in a couple months' time. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.